Spring and its sounds. Annual sounds, not just reserved for the crack of a bat. They include the sound bites of hope.
Well, there's more talent on the field.
Of expectation.
Everybody knows the expectations are as high as they've ever been here.
As common as the pop of a mitt. But in 2012, those sounds are different from the Royals.
Fans should be excited with the fact that we got players that can play, we got pitchers that can win.
More confident.
This group's used to winning, and we've won at almost every level now in the minor leagues.
Sounds of expectation that haven't been heard in years around Kansas City.
Expectations of our ball club this year is to win a World Series.
Sounds based on the promise of youth and its talents having already been realized.
The Royals do a great job of recognizing talent and putting together a great puzzle.
Sounds that turn the hope of spring into the victories of summer, into the titles of fall.
I think we have just as good a shot as anybody.
Coming up, a Royals report presented by your Casey Chevy dealers on the most anticipated Royals season in years.
All it comes down to now is us going out and playing the game for the right reason, which is to win a championship.
Sounds good.
Well, you get up in the morning and you start your day, and you get up and you get moving and you get yourself ready, and I get in the car and I drive down and I work out every day, and that is really good for me emotionally as well as physically, because it lets me kind of get my day going. It makes me get a little bit of normalcy to my life. Well, you have good days and bad days. Some days you're so beat up physically through the chemo and all the treatments that it's hard just to get out of bed and move around. It's one of those things that it's a mental thing. You got to just say, I'm going to do it, and you do it. Backwards, go, turn. Good, Bucky, that a boy. That a boy, we keep those feet alive. Good, good boy. Good boy, who is that, David? Good job, David.
Athletes really don't want to know, really don't care how much the coach knows. What they want to know is how much he cares.
Make sure you're focused today on everything, okay? If you need any help, grab me. Okay, and you're getting reps at that tight end, right? And did you get all your schoolwork, all that done? Good. Just keep those grades up, and anything you need, just give me a yell. Okay.
He's an extremely caring person. He makes them feel a big part of the program because they are the program. He treats them positively.
That's good. And ask. Always ask, guys. Always ask, because we want to get that done. And I've been short with you two. You two have not had the reps you needed, and that's my fault. So I've been short. So if you have any questions, you ask, okay? Don't be afraid to ask, okay? You know me, I might get a little like I'm upset, but I'm not. Just make sure you ask, because today is the day we get everything cleaned up. Then tomorrow is just, working through things, and Thursday's game day. Well, it's like anything else. It's a way of life. If discipline and just the want to is you incorporate that in your living, you incorporate that into who you are, and you just got to go through it.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I told them the other day when Coach was at a chemo session and I was in charge of practice at the end, and one of the kids did come up to me and said, "Coach, my arm hurts," and just without thinking, I said, "Well, you know what? How do you feel Coach feels today?" And I shouldn't have said it, but he looked at me and said, "Right, you're right. I can play through this."
Ready, set, go.
There's a lot of people have it worse than I do. I see it every time I go into treatment and chemo. There's a lot of people have it worse than me. So I'm very thankful that I'm able to get up and move around and do some things. Okay, let's go. Lots of enthusiasm now. Let's go. All right, let's go. Now, come on, keep the positive attitude. Well, it's made me a lot more appreciative of what I have. I've been married 32 years, and I've got 4 healthy children. I got grandchildren. I got grandchildren on the way. I've got so many good things. I've got friends and people that love me and care about me. And those things are always a sense of strength. Those things are always things that are great motivators for us to move along. And the thing is, you just can't give up. You can't give up. You just got to keep going, keep plugging, and make every day count. You look for something good and be thankful for having that day.
Wakaringa wakarongo! Wakaringa wakarongo! Garite! Garite! Kamau! Linga pakia! Wewe takaia! Kia neyo! Ki! Kia neyo! Ki! Kamate, kamate, kaora! Kamate, kamate, kaora! Tenete tangata! Huru, huru, na tikea! Upana! Upana! Upane, tupane, tikitea! Hey!
The haka is a traditional war dance. Warriors used to do it when they are about to go into war. And I like to take that to the field. I like to take it to my players and my teammates, and because you know every game we play is basically a war.
Wakaringa wakarongo! Wakaringa wakarongo! Garite! Garite! Kimau!
You know, I told them, you know, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. And the war dance is basically a lot of hand gestures, a lot of hand movements.
Oh, kamate, kamate, kaora! Kamate, kamate, kaora!
A lot of chants, a lot of face gestures.
Tenete tangata! Huru, huru! Tenete tangata! Huru, huru!
And it's basically just to put fear in your opponent's eyes, and to tell them that you're ready to go to war, and tell them that you're going to be out there all night to fight it out with them on that field.
I met Appa when he was a freshman. He came out for football. He at that time had to be close to 400 pounds as a freshman, and we were really excited to get him into pads.
I came out to practice still rusty from a little summer, you know, playing video games and eating potato chips.
And the first day of practice, we started cross-field agility stretches. He slipped and fell and broke his arm.
I messed up my freshman year. I wasn't mature. I didn't take anything seriously.
At one point during last winter, it looked like he would never play, just based on his grades and his behavior in the classroom and not doing his work in school.
I found out the hard way, and grades started slipping. My GPA started dropping.
And then he started coming to weights and getting involved in football, and we have a study hall after weights, and that's where I kind of got to know the other side of Appa.
Elofa Yesu ya te oi, Elofa Yesu ya te oi, Elofa Yesu ya te oi, ia so uma.
One day he brought his ukulele into the study hall and was playing it, and then we just started up some conversations about life, and found out he's one of the most intelligent kids I've ever met.
My dad started me off at playing the ukulele. I, seen them at church, playing the ukulele. I wanted to be just like my dad.
It's just a huge guy with a little tiny instrument. He's got a great voice. He's so talented.
It's basically my identity. When people see me in the hallway, they know me as a big Samoan guy that can sing with the pretty hair. You can't miss that.
Well, I think a lot of it is the Samoan heritage. It's something that I know very little about, but the more Appa talks about it, the more interested I am in it. He's very family oriented. Everything is around how important his family is.
Family is the #1 thing to us, and we cherish our family. We know it's a gift from God, and we just cherish our family. We love our family, and we respect our family.
We're still learning a lot about them. When kids come in high school, they come in as little boys, and the goal is to come out somewhat of a man.
What you do in high school affects the rest of your life.
He just kind of made a lot of mature decisions and made some changes in his life that have been very positive. I like to think football had something to do with it.
I tried to strive for my best in my education, tried to stick my head in the books and complete my schooling for the rest of the 3 years.
He's got a lot of things going on in his life, and I don't think I know the half of it, but I did know we got a really interesting kid with lots of potential in lots of different areas.